All right, you're going to go paint outside. You're traveling, you're excited. What the heck do you bring? What do you bring it in? Well, I have this really nice backpack that I use not only for my painting but other things. So what I put in there is I collect little pads of watercolor paper. Some of these I've had for years, and I keep them specifically because they're small and easy to pack. This is a 5x7. And what else? Okay, there's all sorts of stuff in here. I have never used this. This is by Arches. None of these are sponsored, by the way. They're just some great manufacturers that I like. This is a travel book, and I like using the books that have the spiral bound because they'll hold better. Like this one is also spiral bound. So I got a couple of little pads of paper. Oh, but wait, there's more. Sometimes you just don't want to go crazy and use good watercolor paper. So I tend to use a mixed media, multi-technique, which means it'll take watercolor paper, it'll take pencil, it'll take ink, it'll take all sorts of stuff. I've got some sketches and some, things that I did outside many years ago. And again, spiral bound, so you can keep it forever. I also sometimes just like to have the extra one just to do a little experimentation. Lots of blank pages to fill in. And what else do we have? The list goes on. I love baggies. Don't you love baggies? Okay. Now this might be overkill for you, but I'm traveling in a car, so I don't have to worry about getting on a plane. Sketch pad. This is the sketchbook. Again, it's bound. And these are also great if you're going somewhere. They're small and compact. You can use them as a travel diary. Put little sketches in. Some people like to just use plain paper. This I got. This is great. The Museum of Fine Arts in Boston did a little thing where if you wanted to sketch on site, they allow you to do that. They also provide paper for you to draw on, which I thought was really wonderful. And I think, oh look, I had started doing something from the Gardner Museum in Boston on this very piece of paper. And I don't carry pencils with me. I don't like pencils. I do like them, but I prefer to use this when I travel. These cheap little mechanical pencils you can get at any big box store. I pick mine up when I go grocery shopping. And I also have a little kneaded eraser. I don't like the erasers on the end of this. I always tell my students, don't use that. It'll just ruin your paper. I have something that's a little better that can pick up pencil. And I also have this marker. It's a micron. I don't know if you can see, it might be a little dark. And it is waterproof, meaning it will not smear if you should do a watercolor over it. And I keep that in a baggie. Big on baggies. I keep my baggies. I reuse them. Well, what else is in this backpack, though? That's the interesting stuff. Now we're getting down to it. Oh, look. More watercolor paper. These are samples of things that I've gotten over the years that when I take it on the road, because I don't feel I'm going to be doing anything spectacular, it's just almost like a little travel diary for myself. So I keep these samples and take them when I travel. But most important of all, and this is a little palette that I have. This already came loaded with pan colors, and when I reuse these, I'll load them with my own. This happens to be a Winsor and Newton set. Again, not a sponsor. And a little teeny brush. When you're traveling, you don't need to do, a museum quality piece. This is just a record of where you're going and just an artistic expression. You can sit in your hotel room after a long day, if you have the energy, and do a little painting and sketching. Oh, wait, there's more in here. Hang on. Well, you need water for watercolor. I picked these bottles up ages ago. I can't even tell you where. And I'm able to keep two containers in here, and I'll fill them with water. I kind of code them. The white one is for clean water, and the black one is for dirty water. So that's what I have in this backpack. And it's overkill, I suppose. Some people will say, wait, that's too much stuff. Oh, let's throw this all back in here for now. I'm a much more careful packer than this. So if you think that's too much stuff, but wait, I always have an alternate. And this looks like a cute little crossover bag, but it actually holds art supplies. And this is even more portable. It has a couple little brushes in it, mechanical pencil, another pencil. You could throw an eraser in there. Remember what I said about those little pads that I've picked up? And you can buy small watercolor pads like this at most art supply stores. And again, a sample I picked up somewhere. And gee, what are we going to use for paint? Well, we have another little portable palette. This one I ended up having to load myself with my own colors, but that doesn't bother me because I happen to like them. And yeah, don't forget, we do have these brushes right here. And what are we going to do for water? Well, this is a pretty handy kit. You can use this, I guess, to drink water out of, or you can just use it for your watercolor paint. This kit happens to come with 2 of them. And one more type of watercolor holder, or water holder, is this cylindrical one. It's very heavy. So you could also use this. It might be more secure because you can cap it and twist the cap and keep water in there. This needs to have the water loaded in there. And I always joke that if you're having a bad day, you could also put wine or vodka in there, but I don't recommend it. It's not going to help your painting. So that's kind of a couple of different alternatives that you have when you're traveling. A little kit and a bigger kit. Hope this helps you, and enjoy your travels and enjoy painting.